Hello, are you there? Go unmute your mic. Your mic is muted. Are you there?
How much money do you have? How much money? How much? How much money do you have?
Go.
Good morning.
Good afternoon. What happened?
David almost fell me off the chair.
Are you guys playing or what?
We are not playing. He was annoying me. I am.
Okay, don't worry. Just forgive him. In the spirit of Christmas. Is that okay?
Yes.
Today Boxing Day, so we need to give each other good gifts. Okay. Are you?
Am I?
Are you with your notebook?
No.
You need your notebook. We're going to take notes on the value.
Okay. I'm here with this now. I'm here now. So when you get confused like that, just stay cool, don't be confused, just check it out. Check it out. Check it out, yeah. Stay cool, don't be confused, just check it out. On.
Okay, are you ready with your notebook now?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask.
Are we doing practical?
Yes, but the code I sent to you, did it work?
Yeah.
The code that I sent to you on WhatsApp, did it work?
Yes.
How many times did it run?
But then I mistakenly typed the letter.
Okay, so when you tried it the second time, did it work?
And
When you tried it the second time, did it work?
when I typed the letter.
No, when you typed the numbers, did you not try it again?
Yes, I tried it. When I typed, wait, no, I didn't try it again.
Why now? You give up that easily. You should be giving up like that. You should remember, whenever you try something, it doesn't work, you try it again. I didn't expect that you just go like that. Okay, so with that means we have to try it again in class today, so that you see. Because I wanted you to see it work, so that when I give you the notes, will confirm what you've already noticed when you were running it. Share your screen. Let's run it again. Let's do the testing again. Share your screen.
Screen in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, I can see your screen now.
Huh?
I can see your screen now. So you know if you want to redo this one, you can't. You are not going to do copy and paste again because that last time I did copy and paste, it gave us
It didn't work.
So it means you have to type it again, right?
Yes, I'm okay.
Okay, so go ahead and type it. You don't want to space out that modulus of 8 and the 2. Space, yes. Space it out, space it out. Yes, it's fine.
I didn't.
Yeah, put your code. Okay, you thought that you spaced it out.
No, I thought that it didn't need to be spaced out.
No, you know, the primary reason for spacing out is for readability by other human beings. It's not really for the computer. The computer will work, the program will run, whether you space it out or not. But guess what? It's human beings at the end of the day who will interpret your program and maintain it. So we need to give priority to that fact that it's human beings. So that's why we space out.
Okay.
Do you remember when we talked about code maintenance?
Yes.
Don't forget it too. It's a very important part of life as a programmer.
It ran 5 times.
Okay. All right. Let's see how it works. Then we'll take some notes, and then I think we can call it today. Yes. Okay. So are you listening? Please, I need you to pay attention now. Now, I need you to just listen. Don't write down anything. Okay. I'll tell you when to write. So the first thing you see in your program is that the variable I is created and assigned the value of 0. The next thing you now see is the while loop that has a condition while I is less than 5. Remember, conditions can be what? True or false. But right now, that condition I less than 5 is actually what? True. And if you remember the note that we took down in the last class, we said something that while loops will only run when the condition is what? True. Okay? So once the condition turns false, what happens? The while loop will do what?
The while loop will not run.
Yes. No, not that it will not run, it will stop. It will stop running. Now, on the other side of it, on the flip side of it, it's also possible that the while loop may never run. And why would that happen? Because the condition from the beginning was never true. So just imagine that we instead of us to put I less than 5, we went and put I greater than 5. Typographical error, something like that. Or we were just testing something. We went and put I greater than 5. Do you realize that this while loop will never run?
Even if we try it again.
Yes, if you repeat this program now, but instead of less than 5, you went and put while I greater than 5, and you set I to be 0, the while loop will never run. And it's very simple. It will not show any error. That's the worst part. It won't show any error. It will just not run. If you remember that time that we talked about errors in JavaScript, we said that there are some errors that are syntax errors. Syntax errors in any language are the errors that happen when you break the rules of the language. For instance, this what you're seeing there, these red lines you're seeing, trace what's that? Trace back, most recent call, blah blah blah. Because you what did you do? You enter the letter instead of a number, right? You somehow, so this one that even happened is called a runtime error, an error that happens when the program is running. Let's say you violate a rule in Python now. Instead of you went and typed the while loop and you did not put colon. Guess what? There will be an error. What kind of error would that be? Syntax error. But when you put greater than, where you are supposed to put less than, it's not going to give you, it's not going to throw any error. It will be so silent that you wonder. So does it mean that Python doesn't know it's supposed to be less than? No. That kind of error.
Mr. Charles, that kind of error.
It will be so silent, as in so quiet, because Python doesn't know what you want to type. Python doesn't know how to read your mind. You are supposed to type less than 5. You went and type greater than 5. But to Python, you've typed something.
Python will be confused.
Python will not be confused. It will be quiet. It will be so quiet because you did not violate any rule of Python, did you? You did. You just typed greater than when you are supposed to type what? Less than. And Python's own is to do what? Execute your code. It doesn't start trying to correct you. Are you sure you don't want to type it? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Your voice.
I said that Python. Okay. So just try and listen, you will hear me. Python cannot read your mind. Do you understand? It can't tell whether you wanted to type less than and you went and type greater than. No, it can't. So that is why it will be very quiet. Okay?
So because of that will remain.
Yeah, it will just stay quiet there. Your code will not run. That's what will just happen. That's the consequence of your action. Nothing will happen. No error will be flagged. Nothing. But guess what? That kind of error is the worst kind of error because Python can't even help you find it. You have to find it yourself. You have to find it by going through your code and checking it. That's the reason why anytime we have class like this and we're doing practical, I always tell you, let us run the code ourselves. When you know what the code is supposed to give you and the code gives you something else, then you can tell, oh, it's like I've made a mistake somewhere. Maybe I've messed up something. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want, you can try it on your own, but don't try it now. Let's just go through this. Let me just explain the code. Then we will take some notes, and then that will be it for today. So when did I stop? I was talking about the condition. The condition is one that can be what? True or false. So in this case, I less than 5 is true. Okay.
Yeah.
We now go into the body of the while loop. Remember, every loop has a body. The body is made up of the statements inside the while loop. You can see it by the indentation. Okay. Inside the body of the while loop. And the first thing we see in our body is what? I assignment operator I plus 1. Why do we need that? Why do you think we need I assignment operator I plus 1? Can you guess?
Because we need I assignments I plus 1.
Think about it. Think about it. It's a very simple answer. Why do you
So
think
that
we need
I increasing by 1?
Exactly. Did you notice something? For I, if I doesn't increase by 1, I want you to picture this. Let's pretend that we forgot I. You said the code will do what?
Not start.
No. Think again. What will happen? The while loop will run forever. The code will run forever.
So what would we do to make it stop?
We'll have to close Python now. That's what it means. We'll just have to close the editor.
Or type or type a letter.
You not type any letter. You just okay. Well, the letter will now cause an error, runtime error. So well, either way, yes, or you type it. Yes, yes, you can type a letter, or you close the editor. One of them. So you see, can you see the kind of errors we're talking about today? The kind of errors we're talking about today are not syntax errors. We're actually dwelling more. We're dwelling more on semantic errors. Semantic, those ones that are quiet. Python cannot find them for you. Python cannot figure them out for you. Yes, semantic errors. Another name for them is logic errors. Logic errors. Logic. Yes, they happen as a result of a mess in your logic, in your way of reasoning, in your way of thinking. You know, for instance, you went and put I greater than 5, where you are supposed to put I less than 5. It's not a syntax error, it's a semantic error. Or instead of you to put instead of you to put I assignment operator I plus 1, you omitted it in your while loop or in any other loop for that matter that needs it. You have a semantic error where your code will just be running infinitely, okay, which you don't want. All right, so let's continue. You've answered correctly. It's so that I will increase by 1, and when I increases by 1, it gives us the hope that soon I will be greater than 5. You remember the condition says what? I less than what? 5.
5.
Okay. Yes. And that is how long we want the while loop to run. We want it to run as long as I is less than 5. Immediately I equals 5. You should not even wait for I to be greater. It will do what? It will end. Okay.
Icon has finished executing. It has finished its job.
Yes, it will have finished its job. Now let's go to the next statement. The next statement says norm assignment operator. And if you notice, we put everything in one. Int, yes, convert it to an integer immediately. Int, input, please enter a number. So you remember what happened in this case? The user will enter something from the keyboard. Remember that thing we said from the keyboard. Everything you enter is what? A string. It's a string. That means it is not fit for calculation. So when you enter a string, even if it is numbers that you entered, they are still what? Strings. They need to be converted into what? Integers. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why you now see that we have that integer function there that takes what input takes from the keyboard from the user and converts it to an integer before putting it into what? The variable called
So the int converts everything to an integer.
It converts whatever the user enters from the keyboard into an integer. At this point, you don't know what the person entered from the keyboard, isn't it?
Yes, so it converts so it converts anything the person enters into an integer.
Yes. Yes. And that is what happens. That is why you had an error that time. You went and typed in a letter. Because a letter, A, B, C, D, up to letter Z, cannot ever be an integer. Did you get that?
Why can't I? Oh, because it's a letter.
Thank you. Because it's a letter. Yes.
That's why it cannot be an integer.
Yes, that's why it cannot be an integer. So let's go to the next one. The next one says if norm modulus 2, you know this one now, equals 0. Norm modulus 2 means remainder after division by 2. If the remainder after division by 2 is equal to 0, this is a characteristic of what? Even numbers. So it only makes sense
if norm
print
modulus equals 0.
Yes, modulus 2 equals 0. Take note, the equals is double equals. It's just like JavaScript. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure this looks familiar to you. Okay, so this our trusty if statement is doing its job just like we expected. And in the if part, it says print norm is even. So whatever whatever you typed in from the keyboard that has been converted to an integer, it will check. It will divide that number by what? 2 and check if the remainder is what? 0. If the remainder is 0, then the first part of the if statement will be done. I hope you remember how if statement works.
Yeah.
So the first part will be done. If it is true, it will show, for instance, let's say you typed in 6. 6 will now be stored in norm. 6 modulus 2 is equal to 0. So it will now say 6 is even. That other part that says else, print norm is odd, will not execute. Okay? Then, if you are typed in something like 7, we know that 7 modulus 2 is 1. Am I right?
Yes.
So 1 is not equal to 0. So the if part will not execute. It's the else part that will execute. So you will now see on the screen, 7 is what?
Odd.
Thank you. That's all. That's how this program works. The only thing I will just tell you is this. The next time this while loop run? The while loop runs how many times?
5 times.
How does it run 5 times? Because it is designed to run more than once. So let's see what will happen after the first time of running. After it prints, let's pretend that it printed 6 is even. So you will see on your screen 6 is even. The next thing you will now see is it will not go back to that I equals I assignment operator 0. It will go back to the beginning of the while loop and check. Remember now, what's the value inside I? Can you guess? What's the value inside I?
0.
No, Haba. So you have not been following what I've been saying all this while. What is inside I?
1.
1, thank you. It's 1 because of that I assignment operator I plus 1. So it will now check, is I less than 5? Yes, 1 is less than 5. It will go back into the while loop. I remember the first statement in the while loop is what? I assignment operator I plus 1. That 1 plus 1 will now become what? 2, isn't it?
Yes. Then
I will become 2. Then it will now execute the remaining part. It will now execute the remaining part. And then the third time the loop will run, it will check, is 2 less than 5? Is 2 less than 5?
No.
Is
yes.
2 less than 5?
Yes.
It will say yes now. And because it's less than 5, it will check, it will go into the while loop and execute. And then 2 plus 1 will become what?
3.
3. Good. The rest of the while loop will execute. And then it will come back to the beginning of the while loop and then check, is 3 less than 5?
Yes.
Yes, it enters again. 3 plus 1 becomes 4. 4, I will now become 4. It will now run the remaining part of the while loop. And then it will check again. While loop, it will go back to the beginning of the while loop and check at the condition. Is 4 less than 5? Yes. It will go in again. It will go in again. And this time 4 plus 1 will become what? 5. And then it will run the rest of the while loop. Please take note. That time that I became 5, it will have to run the remaining part of the while loop. It doesn't end at that point. It ends when you try to run the while loop again. That's when it will now check, okay, is 5 less than 5? No. That is when the while loop is what? 5 is equal to 5, correct? And that's when the while loop will stop. Okay? And you now have a perfectly executed while loop. It does not run more than 5 times, which is your intention, or which was your intention. And it's, perfectly doing what you wanted. So, okay. So can we take some notes on the while loop? And what's the time?
12:30.
Okay, that's perfect. We're managing our time well. Do you have any questions? Yes. Any questions? Are you sure?
Let me see. Lord.
Any questions?
Let me see.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Have you written down today's date?
Yes. What's the topic?
While loop part 2. I think you have written while loop before, right?
Yes.
So let's title this one part 2.
Okay.
All right. So we can start like this. The while loop is a powerful statement. The while loop is a powerful statement because it is designed to run more than once. The while loop is a powerful statement because it is designed to run more than once. Full stop. The while loop is a powerful statement because it is designed to run more than once. Have you written that down? Have you written that down?
Yes.
Okay. All right. After the full stop, we continue. It is possible that a while loop may never run. It is possible that a while loop, it is possible that a while loop may never run or may never be executed by Python. It is possible that a while loop may never run or never be executed by Python. It is possible that a while loop may never run or never be executed by Python. Full stop.
After the full stop.
This can happen because this can happen because this can happen because this can happen because the condition was never true. The condition was false before the while loop even started. The condition was false before the while loop ever started. This can happen because the condition was false before the while loop ever started. Full stop. Okay. This is an example of a semantic error or logic error. This is an example of a semantic. Yes, full stop now. This is an
ever started. It's a full stop.
Of course, now I said full stop since. Didn't you hear me? You didn't hear me. I said full stop. Okay. So have you put the full stop now?
Yes.
Okay, so I was saying something else. I said this is an example of a semantic or logic error. This is an example of a semantic or logic error.
Can you spell semantic?
S-E-M-A-N-T-I-C. Just the way you pronounce it. Semantic.
S-E-M-A-N-T. S-E-M-A-N-T-I-C.
Yes. A semantic or logic error. Have you written that down?
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's proceed. So I'm not going to say any more about semantic or logic error right now, okay? When we will dedicate a class to all these errors. Should I just say something about it? Okay, let me just say one more thing about it. These kind of errors are usually quite because Python has to read your mind.
After the logic error, should I put a full stop?
Yes, please. Full stop. Please put full stop.
Then I should start writing.
Yes. These kind of errors are usually quiet because Python cannot read your mind. These kind of errors are usually quiet. These kind of errors are usually quiet because Python cannot read your mind. Full stop. Then you can now put EG. EG.
Full stop. EG.
Yes. EG, yes. Having, after the EG, you just say having you know how to do it now, I greater than 5 instead of I less than 5.
After the EG, I should write. After the EG,
Example.
I should write I greater than 5.
I greater than 5 instead of I less than 5. Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so let's proceed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Within the body of the while loop, within the body of the while loop, comma, within the body of the while loop, comma, you must have an increment statement. Within the body of the while loop, comma, you must have an increment.
Can you spell increment?
Increment is INCREMENT. Increment.
INCR.
C for care. CREMENT.
INCREMENT.
Yes. Inside the body, within the body of the while loop, you must have an increment statement. Then in bracket you can put I assignment operator I plus 1 before you put your full stop. In bracket I assignment operator I plus 1, then close your bracket and put full stop.
Done.
Are you done? Okay, good. this statement will help will help I. This statement will help I to increase. This statement will help I to increase in value. Okay, if you want to put it that way, still correct. To be increasing in value until the condition becomes false. This will
Increasing in
value until the condition becomes false. Until the condition becomes false.
False.
Writing that down.
Then full stop.
Yes. The while loop will end as soon as a check is made and the condition is.
After the full stop.
Yes. The while loop will end as soon as a check is made and the condition is found to be false. The while loop, just be listening to me, I'll be repeating it, just be listening and be writing. The while loop will end as soon as a check is done on the condition and it is found to be false. The while loop will end as soon as a check is done on the condition and it is found to be false. Should I repeat it again?
Yeah. Yes.
The while loop will end as soon as a check is done on the condition and it is found to be false.
And it is found and is found.
Yes, to be false. It's found to be false. Of course, you know that the it is talking about the condition. I mean, it's quite obvious from that statement.
12:45.
Are you? Did I ask you for? Are you my timekeeper?
No.
If I need a timekeeper, I'll ask. I have a clock here, so thank you for the services rendered, but I don't need a timekeeper, sir. Okay, so you are just what?
Saying the time.
Okay. You said you're going out by 1 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're going out by 1 o'clock? Or you just made that up so that I'll... Okay. No problem. So,
Mom said.
Okay. So, I think Note has explained it. Is there any other thing that you need clarification with as per the while loop?
No.
Okay, let's let's take
example.
You write the example, but write this down as the last thing for the note.
And last sentence.
Yes.
Full stop.
Of course, now full stop. The if statement executes only once. The if statement, there's something I want to say comparing the if and the while. So that's why I'm talking about the if statement. The if statement executes only once. However, when you put it within a while loop, it can execute as many times as you want. The if statement executes only once, full stop. However, comma, when you put it within a while loop, it can execute as many times as you want. I'll take that again. The if statement executes only once, full stop. However, comma, when you put it within a while loop, it can execute as many times as you want. Full stop. Then you can now put your example of while loop from the code that we did, your homework code. Okay, so I think we can call it a day here. I'll send you homework to do against our next class, which should be, I believe, Saturday.
Which should be Saturday.
I said Saturday.
Yes.
Are you going out on Saturday?
Yes.
What time are you going out on Saturday? You're not sure.
I'm not sure.
What time are you? Make sure that you tell me in advance. Tell me on time so that we can plan. But typically, I think our class is on Saturday by 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you know that you are going out by say 12, we can fix our class for 10 so that we'll finish it before you go out. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So enjoy the rest of your day. Did you hear what I said? I said enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay. That's your
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.